Hey guys, it's Kevin here. Welcome to Pure Reviews, where I review all kinds of products. So please do hit that subscribe button to the channel, check out the other videos, and if you like any of them, be sure to hit that like button and share with some friends. So today I'm here to talk to you about vacuum cleaning series from Samsung. It is the Jet Stick series, and I want to kind of go over all the bits and pieces. Also, there is a kind of complimentary video to this that is going to go over in detail their cleaning station, which is a kind of clever idea of how you empty these canister vacuum cleaners without reintroducing that dust in the air. But I'll touch on that in another video, so be sure to check that out. And so, yeah, let's go over the Samsung Jet Stick series. What's standing next to me here is the model number 90. They have three models, so let me go over those real quick. If you get the 70, that is a kind of the intro market one, and they kind of market that towards pets. It doesn't have as much suction power and doesn't have as many accessories. Then they have the 75, which is basically the same body as this. It has the same suction power. It comes with a lot of the same tools, same setup. It just includes less accessories itself. And then you get the Jet 90, which is what I have here. And this is going to include a couple of additional features. It's going to include a telescoping extension here. And then it also includes on the back side, there is this 90-degree angled piece that helps get to various places. And then it includes the stand itself here, which you can use as the charging. The other ones, they essentially give you a setup to where you can mount it on the wall. But it doesn't include the stand. So, yeah, so let's go over everything you're going to get when you open this up in the box. You can see the big box behind me here. It comes all really well packaged, and setup is very, very easy. There's a few assembling that you just have to put things together, but it's all snaps in place. So very breeze when it comes to setting up out of the box, and you kind of just have to peel off the plastic. So let's go over the tools. First up, there is the mini motorized tool. This is great for if you're wanting to use it in the car. It's kind of a general purpose tool, but it's just smaller. And so that's kind of what that looks like. And then it's got a rubber kind of piece here that turns and sucks it all into the vacuum cleaner. Then you're going to have your soft action brush tool. And this is basically designed for if you've got a surface that you're afraid it's going to get scratched, so like wood floors or something like that. And then it's just basically a full cloth here. And everything is very easy to clean. So like this, because it's fabric, it's going to get dusty. Well, you just hit a button right here, it pulls out, and then you can wash this, trim any hair that gets tangled in there, etc. So they thought about that as far as keeping everything dust-free and clean. You'll also notice all these kind of brush heads, they're fully bendable, and they can get, they get pretty flat. So you have a lot of range of motion to them. Okay, then on the back here, the stand, you can see it has two storage slots where you can store some devices. That would be my only kind of negative comment. There is so many accessories, which is great because you have lots of options, but it doesn't have everywhere to store them. So those two heads, you got to put on a shelf or somewhere. There's not a place to actually put it all here in the stand. But these two guys live on the back here. So we'll go over the brush. It's just pretty standard brush. If you've owned a vacuum cleaner, most of them all have this. Great for curtains or soft fabrics. You can retract it with the buttons. And then all these, you're seeing there's little buttons here on the bottom. This is what releases the trigger. And you can kind of mix and set these up however you want. So this is that 90-degree angle piece. And which is great, like for example, if you're trying to get a shelf up high, you can use the telescope, you can put this on here, and then angle it down so you can kind of get that. So let's give you an idea here. So you can get that shelf up high. So lots of versatile options here. And this can go, like you can go on the main tool. Just depends on how you set that. Well, maybe it can't go on that. Maybe it can only go on these. Then you've got the stick here. Same thing. This goes on here. And this is, once again, pretty straightforward thing. Great for getting between the couches, underneath the couches. And then it has a nice long extender here, so you can really get in there. Great little accessory. And then you got the vacuum cleaner itself. But before I go into that, I'll go over the stand real quickly here. So the stand is nice and sturdy. As you can see, there's two little tubes on the back here. That's where you can attach those accessories. It's got an extra battery slot down here at the bottom in case if you want to buy an extra battery. Now, the battery life seems to last a long time. I've not had any problems with that, so I don't really see a necessary need for this. But I guess if you have a much larger house, that may be a good idea. And then it plugs in here at the very bottom, and then you can send the cord either way depending on where your outlet is. But it's nice and sturdy. They also include a wall attachment with it if you want to do that. And then, of course, you'll get instructions on this whole setup if you want those too. All right, so the vacuum cleaner, let me break this down. So as you can see, I have it kind of set up in the mode I like with the extender here. You can press this button and kind of adjust it to your height, which means less bending over, so less back strain. But each one of these pieces breaks down. So let me kind of go over that. This is the general kind of tool. They call it the Turbo Action Brush. It's good for all surfaces. And yeah, it's your standard kind of rotating drum here with the little felt fabric. Same thing, press a button, pull out the side in case you need to trim hair, clean it. Everything is, once again, very easy to clean. Then there's this piece here, which is kind of, once again, an add-on to, if you get the 90, it's the telescoping, which I guess kind of showed you. It has multiple options of where you want to see it. So you can have it out in 3 different kind of, or 4 different kind of notches. So yeah, so that's kind of, this just lives on my vacuum cleaner. And then if you're cleaning the car or want to use it more as like a dust buster, you can have it in like this handheld mode and then attach any of these attachments that you want on it, which is great. And once again, this thing is super lightweight, which is really nice. You don't get worn out or anything like that. You're not carrying this heavy piece of equipment, especially if you're wanting to do a quick cleanup. The lightness is a big selling perk. And then it's cordless because it's battery, so you don't have to drag around a cord looking for an outlet, plugging all that in, which is another huge plus in my eyes. One thing I just hate is if you got a quick cleanup, you got to plug in, you got to unwind that cord. It seems like you spend more time with the cord and setting up the vacuum than actually vacuuming. But down here at the bottom, you press this little button. This is how the battery comes out. It is an ion battery. Like I said, it lasts a long time. There are 3 little lights on either side here, which will show you how much charge it has. And then when it's charging, they'll kind of light up. But yeah, pretty straightforward. And then on the front here, there is a mode. You turn on the power, and then there comes automatically on the middle mode, and then you can step it down to power or step it up to maximum power. The lower settings is more if you're cleaning things like rugs, something that if it's too powerful, you don't want it to get bunched up. Most of the time when I'm vacuuming around the house, I just use it on maximum. They also say when you're using any of the tools, if you're using one of the lower modes, to put it on maximum for about 5 seconds just to make sure all that dust is sucked out of the tubes. And they do sell an accessory to this. I do not have it, but it is a kind of like a mop pad. It's a lot bigger, and it mounts on the back of this too. And it has these wet pads, so you can actually use this almost as a wet cleaning. Now, the vacuum part doesn't work. with that. It's more kind of rubs around the pads and gets the dirt. So there is a light on here that says wet mode if you are using that. So let me turn this on so you can kind of see how loud it is, and you can kind of see these lights here. So let me put on kind of just a little brush here, and then we'll power it on. So this is the mid one. As you can see, there's a lot of dust in here already from me using it. So that was the max, and then this is the min, which is a lot less suction power. And maybe this would be great for like if you're doing curtains and things like that. And then if you're having any issues or error, the little screen here, some error messages would pop up if you run into that. Now, to open the canister, you just press this button. And I'm going to be careful here because it's full of dirt. And so that comes out like that. And then how you empty this out is there is on the front here, basically at lock and unlock. You just twist it, pull this out, then dump it in your trash can. And it's as simple as that. Everything's washable and cleanable, which is a big plus. And then there's this little filter here, once again, washable. Just make sure it's fully dry before you put it back in. And like I said, I have another video. I'm going to go over the cleaning station, which is a whole nother option, which when you dump this in the trash can, sometimes you get that dust reintroduced to the air, and this avoids that. So check out that video here shortly. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments section. I do typically respond. And like I said, if you thought this video was helpful, please do hit that like button, share with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And until the next review, you guys take it easy. Later. Congrats, you're a rock star. You made it to the end of the video. Now, if you really want to become a legend, help me out, hit that subscribe button. And then it always helps also if you hit that like button and share these videos. Till the next one, you guys take it easy.